the Orlando Pirates versus Highlands Park post-match press conference. I trust that all the mobile phones that are being used as recording devices up front are on flight mode. And for everyone else to please put your mobile phones on silent mode. Someone please don't open that door. Thank you. I will forego the opening question. Before I do that, I'm sorry, it's my manners. I'd like to welcome the away team coach, Coach Owen Da Gama. Gentlemen, as below, show of hands, please identify yourselves as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your question. Are there any questions?
Thank you. Right, my name is Nick and I'm from Edward Coach. This month performance is three back-to-back games. And I'm sure it's not good news for the team. What do you want to tell us about is there progress in the camp? Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant performance in the second half against Pirates today. The boys showed character. I think we were in total control there. We created more chances than them. The stats are there to prove that. But in saying that, they got the goals and we didn't get the goals. But with regards to the results, you're right. We haven't had the same defense in the last 6 matches. Ryan Ray is out. Kevin Simango is out. Masango is out. We just got back now. Williams is out with operation. So against Chiefs, Simango was playing with Mzawa, and then he got injured. And then it was Mzawa with Mbele. And now we had to bring him, Bevan in. So, any defense needs 2-3 games. They need time to settle in. We've just been very unfortunate with injuries. But in saying that, just review the stats. Even against Chiefs, we created more scoring opportunities than Chiefs. Even against Stellenbosch, we created more scoring opportunities. It was just not what you saw today. How many opportunities we created. But if you don't put the ball in the net, it comes back to bite you. We understand. It's our second season in the PSL. Since the final, we've really been finding it hard with regards to the injuries, and we really couldn't just put a consistent team together. But in saying that, we know where we're going. It's not an event. It's not one game. It's a marathon, and we understand where we want to be in the next 3-4 years. We're still a very young team, trying to strengthen, and I think at times we're maybe boxing a little bit above our weight, but the injuries have really come to haunt us tremendously, and then you have to reshuffle. But I was extremely pleased with the performance in the second half of the team. The boys showed character, they showed dominance, and they really took the game to Pirates. Unfortunately, we couldn't get more goals.
Do we have any further questions for the coach?
Chamba Shalala, Telephone Sports. Coach, you have quite a speedy player, Mukhaila, but we didn't see you starting with him, knowing very well that it should have been more of a pound for pound with Pirates, knowing that they are a fast team, they play quick football as well. So what's the thought behind leaving him for so long on the bench instead of starting with him?
Yeah, look, we've been trying a few different combinations now with a lot of injuries, and we found him to be a better impact player. He comes on, and he's a much better impact player. Otherwise, when you start him, he starts well, but then he seems to fade as the time goes on, and the opposition starts working around him, and they nullify him, or they negate him. So we just believe that it must be difficult for anybody to plan against us. You know, you start him, and then next time you don't start him, and then people don't understand what's happening. But I thought in Singer, I thought Rama did very, very well. I thought Shalila did well. We created a lot of opportunities, and but we will come right. We'll come right.
Brian Mofikeing, for SAC Sport. Coach, let's talk about the change that you made at the end of the first half when you brought on. You took out the Sulunyani and brought in Mohaila into the field of play. Bunjana came on as well for your team as you tried going forward. Carl Peters' first start for you, 3 goals conceded. You now have to plan for the next game that is coming up for your team. What do you need to work on now to try and solidify your position within the top 8 bracket?
Yeah, look, I think it's a very good question. I think Carl Peters got better as the game went on. He started, I mean, the first thing we spoke about before the match was let's not concede early, because it's his first game for Highlands Park. He hasn't played a game, and it was also Lisenia Ramaraka's first time back. It was Bevan also playing after some time, and we just wanted the players to settle down as quickly as possible. But you must give credit to Pirates. They came at us, you know. But I mean, giving away the second goal, you can't do that with a big club like Orlando Pirates. You've got to defend well and hope that you can take your chances. But yes, we'll keep on working. As I say, we were all very pleased with the character that the boys showed. I mean, 3-0 down at halftime, or just after halftime. I mean, you need to show character, and those are the foundations you want to build in a team. So I was happy with the character. I was happy that Kyle at least got a game behind his back. Ramaraka got a game behind his back. Bevan got a game behind his back. And it's not easy when you play against a big team and a player hasn't played for 4 months. You know, now he must suddenly come in. You would have liked him to play 2-3 games before you come to a big game like this. But I'm very proud of the guys. They really, yes, we made mistakes in the first 10 minutes, but they really regrouped and they came back very strong. So we'll just keep on motivating them. And I've always said, there's something in Bunjana. There's something there. It's a very, very special player. He's quick, he's strong, he's got skill, he's good in the air, he can shoot. But it was also just a process for us to get him mentally right. And we've invested a lot of time in him, and I'm sure he's going to even get better.
Coach Vela from SABC. Happy New Year. So for the first time this year. Just on in 3 matches, you've conceded 10 goals now. I know about the issue of the injuries and how it's affecting you. Is this a concern because you are a team that is very stingy in terms of conceding at the back? And also, if you can just give us an update with these injuries and how far are some of the players were injured?
Yeah, look, it is a concern, you know, because we normally don't concede a lot of goals. But if you look at when we played Chiefs, it was Mzava's first game in a long time as well. Given Simango got a knock on his knee and he tried to soldier through the match, but it affected him. So I think the concern of conceding the goals, I can definitely attest to that it's because of injuries that we've got. We haven't had a consistent, the same defense in 2 matches. 2 matches. And you know that's where you build consistency. You need to build consistency. They need to sort of build a relationship there at the back. And injuries, I mean, look at Chiefs last year. They only had 4 players out, and they couldn't make the top 8. And I mean, that's a big club. Now with us having also, injuries can clearly affect a club very, very negatively. And in this case, we felt we've never had so many injuries. since the NFD, since our first year, we've never had so many injuries. But Williams is going for his operation. Msimango and Mahlangu have been asked for 10 days to rest since last week. Ryan Ray, they are still working on him, and it's not even it's a strange injury. It's like a nerve that's affected in his hamstring. So it's not a normal. It's not just an ordinary injury, a hamstring or whatever. And so we are hoping. And Makaula is also coming back. He's been cleared. Makaula is coming back, and we missed him tremendously. You remember when we played Pirates in the cup? He played. But in saying that, we are actually a little bit. You see what happened with these 3 games. We never had time for the players to recover, to get better. You get 3 games in 6 days, and a player is out for 10 days. So there isn't even time to recover. Fortunate, our match against Wits next week has been postponed, so we'll have 2 weeks, and then we play Baroka. So that will give us a bit of time to get these players back, play some friendlies, make sure that we get the team organized. And that's all we're hoping for. Just a full week and a half, so that we can just get these players back and get a little bit more consistency. But in saying that, it's been a blessing in disguise, because now you're creating depth. Maybe at a cost, but we're still a young team. So I think we're creating that depth, and it will help us in the long run.
We'll take the final 3 questions. Starting there.
Charles Ballard from the Soccerclub. Coach, I'd like one if there was a shout for a penalty, and you were still up, so that maybe could have had a penalty before the group. And then, Coach, in terms of physically pushing for the players, now with a week to spare before a game, what is your message to the players, and what sort of talk are you going to have with them? Because it can be very hard that they're considering and not other goals in a week.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I was actually happy because the directors came in and spoke to the players and told them that they were really proud of the second half performance. You know, sometimes you can lose a game, but as long as you see that fight, you see the the character. So we were all pleased with it. And I think that's a bit of a, it's a bit of a, what's the word? It will encourage them. But we certainly will be doing some team building, chatting with them, we'll be working on a few things. So I think that's the way forward. Anything else? Did I answer that? Oh, the penalty, guys. I don't want to be called to DCs in the game. So I'm not even going to. There's nothing you can do about things like that. The authorities must fix it. Because if I just say anything, I'm going to be summoned to the DC. So yes, we will appeal, but but you leave it at that. You've got no recourse. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't write a letter, you can't send a video. There's no recourse. So what do? You just carry on and you play. And hopefully it will be rectified one day.
Coach Dean Workman from Soccerclub. You guys had quite a notorious heavy preseason, let's say. Do you think that's affected you guys with the injuries, the tough preseason?
No. I think we've got one of the top biokinetics in the country, and the loading and recovery principles are second to none. And we also train with some of the best equipment that shows the load that we put on the players. I think one of the best in the country. So we can see exactly how we've loaded. We can see there's even a gyroscope. There's such a lot of information that we get from our loading. But I think the boys showed you second half they are in good shape. Good shape. The injuries, the concern comes with injuries. It's when you have muscle pulls and groins. But with us, it's all contact injuries. You know, they kick on the knee, kick on the ankle. It's all contact injuries, apart from Ryan, which is a nerve problem. But in saying that, I think the team is in good shape. It's just that we couldn't put a consistent team together.
Final question.
Coach Owen, just a quick one. Do you think that your fans understand the situation that you are faced with in terms of the injury and all of that? Because looking at how you started with the team and now you're sitting at position 8, you're still in a good position. But do you think the fans really understand that you are going through all of this from day to day? And just on a personal note with you and the chairman and the Koza family after losing their mother, just a quick message.
Look, I said it earlier on the radio as well. Our condolences go out to the chairman and his family. You know, it's really a sad affair, and we really feel it. And we send our heartiest condolences to them. And we did pray as a team this morning when we heard about the news. We prayed as a team just to pray for them to have strength during this difficult time. What was the other question?
The fans?
Oh, yes, you've got supporters and you've got fans. So I think we need to distinguish there, you know. There are, I believe there are supporters that will support the entire team when things are not going well. And that's what you expect from supporters. With regards to fans, they can say whatever they want to say, you know, and they've got the right to say whatever they want. I mean, I was fired, I think, 7 times this week. Or I resigned 7 times this week. And some people just sort of, you know, assume things happening and so on. But in all fairness, we've really gone through a bit of a bad patch. But I can tell you, we'll turn around. We'll turn around, and somebody's going to pay for this. We will turn around. And to the fans, all that we can ask them is when things are not well. We were in a cup final. In the NFD, we broke 6 records. First season in the PSL. First season, we went to the top 8. It's another record. It has never been done. Second season in the PSL, straight to a final. It has never been done. Now, we were very happy that they were behind us. But there are also speed bumps in football. We're not the only team that goes through a slump. All teams go through a slump sometime or other. And we just appeal to them to say, this is the time when the players really need their support, when the technical team really need the support. And to show that they are true supporters. You can't. What happens if we win the next 10 games? What's going to happen? You see, you can't just have things your way as a supporter all the time. Sometimes it's like a child. If your child fails at school, you can't abandon your child. You try and pick your child up, you try and encourage your child, and that same child goes on and becomes a doctor. So I think we need this support, and we certainly will appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach Owen Da Gama. We'll be back shortly with Parks coach and then